Marcus Aurelius and Stoicism, when you start talking about that stuff to people, do they get what you mean? Do you think as a world, as our 7 billion people, that we're going away from that way of being? Or do you think there'll always be these stoic personalities out there because we're human?
Well, I try not to talk to people about it like it's some religion. Like, hey, can I talk to you about your relationship with Jesus? You know, that's like...
Turns people off.
Yeah, so I have quotes that people like, and I try to pass those quotes on, but I try to express it in the sense that it's got real practical utility. And so like I say, the obstacle is the way is not about Stoicism, it has Stoicism in it. And it's about helping people with their problems, and Stoicism is one way to do that. But I tend to think that as organized religion has fallen in influence, at least in the West, we're going to have to replace it with something. Society can't function if we don't. And we're going to have to, we all have problems, we're all dealing with what it's like to live in the first world, and I think philosophy is an aid and a medicine for that.
Yeah. And are you alone up there? I mean, Tim talks a lot about Stoicism. Do you have other people that are kind of grabbing onto it?
Yeah, there's lots of great people who talk about Stoicism. I mean, obviously there's all the athletes and coaches that have found it, but yeah. There's a guy named Donald Robertson who has a blog called Philosophy of CBT. He's great. He connects cognitive behavioral therapy to Stoicism. He's really interesting. There's also, look, I mean, people have been writing about Stoicism for thousands of years, and it still feels alive to me. So,
how did Aurelius have the time or the forethought to write some of that stuff? Because, you know, not a lot of other people in his position were doing that. Yeah, kind of things, or even being so reflective, or even writing things that you would think other people of that nature would be worried people would read.
Well, he was worried too. He wasn't writing it. He wasn't writing a book. Like
diaries.
It was a diary, and I think, from what I understand, he assumed it would be destroyed in his own, or upon his death, or it would never be published because he probably thought it was nothing. And so what makes it so special is it's basically unlike any other book you've ever read, because it's this powerful man giving himself tips on how to be better with total honesty and no real sense of like performing for an audience.
Now I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.